This is Chrissy cooking at home. I am Chrissy. Don't be too surprised. It's true. It is me. I'm her. I'm she. So, moving on. I am doing a video that I promised last summer that I did not get to because I got pregnant with Miss Nellie. And then a whirlwind of stuff happened and I ended up on bed rest and I never got around to it. So, I'm doing it now. Hot Hungarian Hots, as Sweetheart's great Aunt Mary Lou would call them. They are a pickled hot pepper. They look like banana peppers. See? They look like banana peppers, right? They are not banana peppers. These suckers are hot. I did use these and made a video for a Hungarian pepper sauce. It did not turn out as spicy as I expected it because all the other ingredients really dumbed down the Scoville scale. It really just plummeted it. But Logan likes it. He puts it on his tacos. We still have a little bit left of that. But I was able to score a really good deal on these at my local bulk party supply store called Maine's. And for only $1.99 a pound. I was thrilled because I can't grow them. So that's awesome because our other local chain, it's more a chain, is Price Chopper. Has them for like $5 a pound. So I haven't been able to really get them. It's just not been in the budget lately. Been trying to do more stock up food, meats, meals. This is more of a condiment. Although Sweetheart does eat them as a meal. He will eat a whole jar. He loves them. So we are going to cut them, slice them. Gloves, people, gloves. Spicier than jalapenos. Gloves. So I started slicing them and was like, oh yeah, last year I told them I would do this. So, gloves. Cut off tops like you would banana peppers. Just cut off tops. Then pull seeds out. Gloves. People, gloves. I got like 10 pounds of these. So I'm going to make Sweetheart some nice hot Hungarian hots. And then slice them into rings. That's all you got to do. Then I will show you the brine that his great Aunt Mary Lou would make for these. It's so tasty. I love putting these on pizza. Sweetheart puts it on everything. Or he just eats them. Because they're that good. It's her special recipe. And then I can them up. So I'll be back for that part. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me slice and de-seed 10 pounds of peppers. That's insane. Think it'll work? I don't think it'll work. Do I want to touch my phone with hot pepper hands? I thought maybe I would show you real quick how I have my little system set up for these peppers. So I thought I'd bring you back. So on my lap, I have an apron. I occasionally wipe my fingers with pepper juice. I can Clorox my tripod here. So I have my box of gloves. These are just like food service gloves I got from Sam's. I have a crap ton of them. So I'm just using those so I can quickly peel them off and get to Nellie if I need to. And then I have just a paring knife. I have the sheath for the paring knife. I have some baby wipes here if I need them. That will never be used on Nellie because I'm sure I've got some capsaicin on them. And then I have a bowl, a giant bowl here that I am slicing peppers into. These rings are not perfectly even. They don't have to be. I'm not selling these to anybody. These are for us to eat. There are some seeds in here that's going to add to the heat of the brine. That is perfectly fine with us. They are not perfectly de-seeded. So I have Nellie's bumbo and then my purse, which is a giant purse. I will show. Okay, so you see my giant purse, my orange wallet sticking on top of it. I have the bowl resting on top of all that. If you have a little table you can use, perfect. Or a little stool or something, perfect. But in this paper bag, it's a Target bag. This giant Target paper bag, okay, is all of my peppers. And I'm just de-seeding the peppers in this bag. So I just cut off the top, run my knife around the rib, and then twist, put my knife in, kind of seed. Pinch the seed there, twist and pull. And then shake. You can't see that, but I shake. Shake out most of the seeds. See? Not much seeds left in there. Then, take the knife. This big part is so hollow, it's crisp, that it will give me these broken rings, and that's fine. I don't care. They're going to get packed in jars, covered with brine, and then they're going to get water bath canned. So I got to print Aunt Mary Lou's recipe. I couldn't find it in my binder. It must have gotten removed from the binder and it's hiding from me. So I got to print it again. Luckily I typed it up and it's in my hard drive, my external hard drive. And I did not type up how I water bath can it, because Aunt Mary Lou never water bath canned it. She would make this up in her brine, and then she would just put lids on it and leave it on the counter. She never canned it. She never refrigerated it. That's just the way she did it. And it was perfect. Nobody ever got sick from it. Everybody was fine. Did it for decades and decades and decades. And Aunt Mary Lou passed several years ago. I want to say within the last 5 to 7 years ago. So, but I feel better canning it. So I'm going to water bath can it. So I'm going to look up on the National Center for Home Food Preservation how I water bath canned it. That's how I water bath canned it when I started canning. And I was able to get my hands on Hungarian hot peppers. I know I water bath canned it, because I started to type up water bath canning. The words are there on the recipe. I only wrote like a little bit. Place in boiling water bath canner. And then the next sentence says, remove from heat, remove lid for 5 minutes, and that's it. That's all it says. So there's some stuff missing there. Now that I'm more experienced in this stuff, I know that there's some stuff missing there. Like, how long do I water bath my little pints? Because this will be done in pints. And because I know that when it's done with the time, that I remove the lid for 5 minutes, let it chill, and then I bring the rack up for 5 minutes, let it chill, and then I remove the jars to a padded surface so the jars are not on a cold counter. Let it chill for 12 to 24 hours before washing the jars, labeling, and putting away. Did I type any of that up there? No. Should I have? Yes. Yes, I should have. And I'm going to correct my recipe and make sure it is complete. So I'm just going to finish slicing, because now I get to the end, the little, you'll feel where it's firmer at the end, where it's not so hollow. Focus, camera. Focus not on me, focus on the pepper. You can now slice it like Grandma would do. Okay, so I will bring you back. I'm wiping my fingers on my apron and capsaicin off. I will bring you back for the brine. It'll be a while. I hear the cat now. He wants Daddy to let him out. Daddy's outside. Sweetheart's outside trying not to disturb my talking to you through his great Aunt Mary Lou's recipe. Okay, so it'll be a few seconds for you. So BRB, if the remote will work. How many times do you think I gotta click the button for it to work? The blue light flashes. I don't want to touch my phone. It flashes. You see it flashing? You hear blue? I don't know, peoples. Maybe I just need to buy a better remote. It came with the tripod. Alright. Safety first. I don't touch my phone. Capsaicin. And we're back. And it's actually the next day. Hence the different shirt, right? Okay. I had to get my kitchen all cleaned up. I took all day yesterday to slice and clean the seed, de-seed and clean the peppers. It was about 8 pounds of peppers, which according to the National Center for Home Food Preservation should give me 18 pints of pickled peppers. And according to their pickled hot peppers, I should have blistered them and de-skinned them. That's not what Aunt Mary Lou did. So I'm going to follow her recipe. It's been tried and true, but I am going to can it according to how they canned their peppers on the National Center for Home Food Preservation, which at my elevation, which is above 1,000 feet, is for 15 minutes in a boiling water bath canner, which I have out. I have water in it. I'm about to start it, get going. Got my big red pot out that I'm going to start the brine in. Got all my ingredients out. In this bowl is the sliced Hot Hungarian Wax Peppers. I took it off there. I took a serving platter. I laid it on top. I wrapped it in plastic wrap last night and was like, okay, tomorrow we will get to it. And then this morning, spent all day scrubbing the flour off my kitchen from doing batch after batch of French croissants and puff pastry for my homeschool teachers meeting. So I went through so many gloves doing these peppers because they are above jalapenos on the Scoville meter for capsaicin. So there is 8 pounds of Hot Hungarian hot peppers. They're not called Hot Hungarian peppers. They're just called Hungarian Wax Peppers. I'm just going to put this in the island. I am going to clean all of my jars since I am boiling in the water bath canner for longer than 10 minutes. The National Center for Home Food Preservation says I do not need to sterilize my jars and I do not need to sterilize my lids. So I'm just going to get them cleaned and rinsed. I have the best lids on the market. I got a fresh box last week, and I haven't even used them yet, but I have big canning plans. I have to do some meats. But first we're going to do the peppers because it's produce. It's going to go bad first. But man, the capsaicin, I had to keep taking breaks. That's why it took me so long, because they are juicy and it kept squirting on my skin. I had to keep rinsing it off, even though I had gloves that went to about here. And it kept, the capsaicin, it just kept into my nostrils and it just kept burning, and it's burning now. Just the smell of them. This is a good batch. This is going to make a good batch of, as Aunt Mary Lou called them, Hot Hungarian Hots. So she grew her own, but I can't grow them. So we are going to wash our jars, and then I'm going to bring you over and we're going to make her brine. I'm going to do a double batch. Her recipe says 3 pounds of peppers. It does not say here how many jars I got for 3 pounds. I'm going to make a note of it after this, how many jars I got for 8. It's about 8 1/4 pounds when I added it up on my receipt. And that was before taking off the stems and de-seeding. So I'm going to wash the jars. I'll bring you over. We'll make the brine, get the water bath boiling, and we'll get going. No remote. I'm not fighting with it today. Not in the mood. Got too much to do. Okay, so I kind of want to move quickly. I got the jars hot from washing. We want to get the brine going. It's not really like the brine has to be boiling, but it's going to be warm. water bath canner's going. It's not boiling yet, so I don't want everything to be different, too much of a different temperature. So what's going to be a pain in the butt for me is the garlic, because I need to press 2 whole heads of garlic. My hands are a little swollen today. So we're going to do, the first thing is plain salt. Okay, plain salt. You can also use kosher salt. It's almost the same thing. Plain salt. No iodine. Okay, no iodine. It's right next to the iodine salt. This is not table salt. No iodine. Can you see that? This salt does not supply iodine. This is what Aunt Mary Lou used. When I'm out, I do use kosher. So for a single batch, for 3 pounds of Hungarian peppers, is 2 tablespoons. For kosher, you'd use 3 tablespoons of kosher. Since I'm doing a double batch and hoping and praying it's enough for my 8 pounds, we're going to do a 1/4 cup of plain salt, not iodine salt. Okay? That's over there, out of the way. Next is the garlic. I'm going to come back to that. We need 2 cups of cider vinegar. We're doing a double batch, so we're going to do 4 cups. Start with, make sure it's 5%. 5%. Because there's been an issue this year. Sneaky 4%. So I need 4 cups. We need 5%. 5% for pickling. I think I bought too much cider vinegar. I think I had just enough and I wasn't sure. I do. I have enough. I have too much cider vinegar. For fuck's... Sorry. For Pete's sake. There's just a skosh left in. I think I cook with it too. I bought all these bottles thinking, oh my gosh, I need more. Well, I might need more. We'll see. I couldn't find any more in the gallon than 5%. They were like pushing the 4%. They had it on sale. They had it marked down. Okay. 1 2/3 cups water. We're going to double that. Okay. And then olive oil is a 1/4 cup. We're going to do 1/2 cup. I do not mess with Aunt Mary Lou's recipe. It is tried and true. It is perfect the way it is. Heat going. Then 2 teaspoons of oregano. In this house we call it ground bone preserves. Oregano. So 2 teaspoons equals 4 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3, 4 teaspoons oregano, 2 teaspoons dried basil. Well, she calls for 1, but we're doing 2 because we're doubling. I don't think I need a pot this big, but my other pot was busy. So there's that. Mix some salt. This pot the way this is not enough brine, people. Not enough. Not enough. And do 1 more round. 1 more round. Okay, so now we're going to single it. Just 2 tablespoons. I know there's so much. I haven't done it in a year, but I know there's just so many peppers here. This is not enough brine. I made sure to get 5%, let me tell you. One 2/3 cup water. Olive oil, 1/4 cup. Even better, that might be enough. We don't have to make more. But I know I'm going to have to can in 2 rounds. I know it's not going to all fit in 1 canner load. So 1 teaspoon basil. We're adding another single round here. 2 teaspoons of finely ground bone preserves, aka oreganos. 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. Okay, on to what I am not looking forward to. Because my hands, you can't see what the French I'm doing. I'm so sorry, people. You're going to be like, I'm not watching this video. This chick ain't even showing us what she's doing. So sorry. When I do it again, I'll make a better video, but for now, you get this one. Garlic bulbs flying everywhere. Not bulbs, cloves. I already separated the bulb into cloves. Ooh, goody. I'm going to do 2 tiny ones at the same time here. See this magic here? It's already smelling fantastic between the raw peppers and Aunt Mary Lou's magic of brine. Like I said before, she's passed. I don't know if this was a recipe given to her, if it was something she came up with. But let me tell you, find some Hot Hungarian wax peppers and give this a shot. If you like hot peppers, like jalapenos, pickle them like this. They're so good on sandwiches, on pizza, in the stromboli. And down there, I think we got 1 bulb done and 1 bulb to go. So basically, I'm just heating this to dissolve the salt. It helps dissolve the salt. I'm not trying to boil it. I don't think we boil it for long. Let me look here. Yep, we only boil for 2 minutes. That works. Welcome to the life of somebody with a neurological condition. Things twitch, things go flying. I washed it off so that way I could not have the oil on it. Fished out that clove with the giant whisk. That was this clove that's here. It's got some seasonings on it. That's okay. Got some seasonings on oil on my counter from where I fished this out. It was a little warm because that's getting close to simmer right there. Okay, we're down to, after these 2, 4 more cloves. Okay. This one's really tiny. We're going to stick him in there too. It smells so good. A lovely combination. If you try it, I suggest not leaving out an ingredient until you try it. Unless you're allergic to something. Like if you're allergic to oregano or allergic to basil. Or, you know, I've never heard of it, but, you know, it's possible being allergic to olive oil, being allergic to olives. It's possible being allergic to anything, so you never know. I try not to judge. Okay, so this goes in the sink to get washed. I hope that's enough brine. We might have to make more. I do have one more bowl with garlic I was hoping to use for meals this week and next week. But I can always run to the store and just buy another bulb for meals if I need to. Gotta get these peppers jarred. Alright. We got these. Let the brine do its thing. Ready to jar up some peppers with me? Thanks for sticking with me. Love you bunches. Okay. I missed a clove. It went flying. This here. I believe my water bath canner only holds 8 or 9 jars at a time. I think it's 9. Six, 8, and 9. Was that fun watching the brine? I'm sure it was. Tons of fun for you, right? Okay, so these peppers are still hot. They're still food service gloves. Let's see if it annoys me and if I use it for all of them or not. Pack them in there. And they crunch a bit. Now we're going to fill it with brine to a 1/2 inch headspace after we dip bubbles. And the 1/2 inch headspace is according to the National Center for Home Food Preservation because it was not on Aunt Mary Lou's recipe description. So I guess we're trying to modernize an old recipe because the flavors are out of this freaking world. I don't want to lose that. Can you hear the mowing outside? Can you hear the mower? Is the microphone picking up the mower? Ah, I hope that microphone's plugged in good. Oh, there goes Miss Nelly Butts. Okay, it's boiling 2 minutes. It kind of smells, the brine kind of smells pizza-ish. Maybe that's why I like these hot peppers on pizza. I do like banana peppers on pizza, but they're sweeter. You know, they're a sweeter variety. These are hot peppers. If you go to the National Center for Home Food Preservation and you look up pickling hot peppers, you'll see Hungarians listed there with the other hot peppers. This is a hot pepper. Hungarian wax pepper. I mean, I kind of wish they'd get more popular because they'd be, you know, in more grocers. But if they did, then more people would buy them, and they'd be still harder to find, I think. gosh, I have so many peppers. I think I'm definitely gonna get probably more than 18, I think. I don't want to waste space, that's for sure. Okay, so I have my polycarbonate ladle in case I overfill. I have my debubbler / measurer, my ladle, my canning ladle. That's the timer. Remove from heat. See the steam coming off. Okay, use the whisk. I'm going to pop you up some. Maybe you can see the whole process. I'm going to check the water bath canner. It's just starting to simmer. Okay. So, flush off garbage. Okay. Are we ready for this? We're ready for this. We're ready. You can see, right? This is not going to be enough brine. Just saying. This is good. It's going to be enough for these, but we're going to need more. Good thing I bought. Good thing I bought. Well, let me tell you, the good thing I bought more vinegar. I'm gonna have to get more garlic for sure. But I can only can so many in my water bath canner. And after these get in there, I gotta start lunch. Oh, did I overfill that one? Kind of like swirling this because, you know, the oil, the herbs kind of just all float to the top. And I don't want them all in one jar. I want to try to share it among the jars. And after they can and they sit for a while and do their pickling thing, the herbs will settle to the bottom like they're supposed to. I did a triple here because for 9 jars, I don't think I have enough. Good gravy, Chrissy. We still have to debubble and bring it up to 1/2 inch headspace. Always debubble. That's very, very important. Always measure your headspace. It's very, very important. If we make it for these 9 jars, I will be very thrilled. But I think we're going to be able to get like 8.5. There's 8. We might make it, people. We might. Just might. But we still have to debubble and bring up the level. Scraping the bottom. Okay. Put that there. Smells amazing. Remove that. I think all the garlic is in this one, I swear to God. Call me no offense. It's just how I talk. You know what I did not get out was a cleaning cloth and white vinegar to clean the rim since I have oil. Bad, Chrissy, bad. Alright, so we definitely are not at half-inch headspace for any of them. Like, seriously, not any of them. So, see if we can do it. I don't know. Doing the old-fashioned method first with the rings, and then I'm going to use the actual measuring device. I think that one's overfilled. Where we're at. That one's perfect. That one's perfect. That one's got some foam. Perfect. That one's a little overfilled. Still a little overfilled. Perfect. A little over. Perfect. Perfect. A little under. A little under. Perfect. Over. Okay. A little under. Perfect. We did it. So it's just a little. There we go. Okay. This up aside. BRB, you little BRB. Made you a little taller because I'm going to move you back when I put it in the canner. So, my distilled white vinegar. It too is 5%. It's more than I need. Clean cloth. Fingertip tight. Now, of course, these jars are pretty hot. I know you're like way over there. We're getting off any debris and oil off the rim so we get good contact, we get good seal. After I get these all cleaned and in the canner, I will work on lunch, and then after lunch is done, I will keep doing what you saw me do with the rest of these peppers, and I'll bring you back when they're all done. So, you know, maybe tomorrow when I'm washing the jars, because you know they gotta sit for a while before you clean them, before you touch them. hear Miss Nellie. You hear her? I'm sure you hear her in the background. I hope all mine fit. I really honestly do not remember how many pints fit in my water bath canner. It's been a while, and my memory, short-term, long-term, can suck sometimes. So I did go to the National Center for Home Food Preservation and looked up water bath canning guidelines and home canning guidelines, and then pickling hot peppers. And so I looked up all three to make sure that I'm doing this right, because I've made mistakes and I'm tired of making mistakes. So I think even as I become experienced, I'm going to make myself, as I become more experienced, I'm going to make myself go there and read those to refresh, so that way I continue to have success as much as possible. I mean, things can still get messed up and go wrong. Perfectly imperfect. Ready to back it up? Back it up. Back it up. Okay, water bath canner. Okay, wish me luck here, people. Dead center. Right to the sides, where the handles are. Opposite sides. Gotta watch my hood. It hangs low. Someday I'll get a new one. Looks more sleek designed. Yep, I was right. 9. Okay. Once this comes back up to a boil, full rolling boil, is when I will set my timer for 15 minutes. If you're below 1,000 feet, you only need 10 minutes. Wrong pot holders for this. Okay. So I'm off to make lunch, and I will see you when it's all done, and they're beautiful. Okay, it's the next day, and we have pickled hot Hungarian hot peppers. Now, we ended up with a total of 19 jars. So that was 3 canner loads. And I did not realize it was 19. I miscounted. If I realized it was 19, I would have split it up better. So we did 9 jars in the first load. You saw that. And then after I shut you off, I plugged in my phone to charge and went about my business. Finished the first load, filled the jars, made the brine, did not run into the store to buy more garlic bulbs. I just used garlic powder and said, please, Aunt Mary Lou, do not get mad, but I changed the recipe just a little bit. Please don't let this be too much garlic powder, which I think it might be. But we'll see. So I filled, not 9 jars, I filled 10 more jars, and I miscounted. So I put 9 in and was like, there's 1 left. So I did 9, and then I processed 1 jar all by itself, which to me was kind of stupid, but oh well. Ta-ta-ta. 8 pounds, around 8¼ pounds of peppers got me 19 jars of pickled hot Hungarian hot peppers with Aunt Mary Lou's recipe. Come a little closer, my dears. So today is the day we wash the jars. They've been sitting overnight. So we're going to find out, did they seal? Are they magically sealed? This one's sealed. And I can tell by the settling on the bottom, this is powder, garlic powder. Whereas this one's powder. This one is not garlic powder. Don't know if you can see the difference on the camera or not. powder versus garlic bulbs. So we're going to get these washed up for Sweetheart. He usually digs into these right away, but the longer they sit, like with any pickling, no false seals so far. I wash the jars first, and then I do the lids. And I don't know if you've watched any of my other canning videos. I wash the lids twice. I wash them after I've processed something, and then I wash them again before I process something else to make sure they're clean. Because I figure it can't hurt, right? I love 4 jars. Oh my goodness, 4 jar lids. Oh my goodness. Always, 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 always seal. As long as I don't do anything wrong or have a chip in the jar, they seal. So that's that. I mean, do you really want to sit here and watch me wash these jars to get ready for storage? I'm going to wash them. I'm going to label them. I'm going to put them in the shelves. So it's just some warm dish soapy water. I need to put on my gloves, and I did not. This is going to dry out my hands. Like, seriously. Ever since I had little Miss Nellie almost 4 months ago, my hands have been so sensitive to soaps. And to me, there's nothing better than Dawn Platinum for washing anything. I have 3 minutes left on my pressure canner going here. Oh. I heard it. I heard it and I saw it. Yep. That one lost its seal. Okay. I'm going to... Did you hear it pop? Screw that on tight. This one will get stuck to be eaten first. The poor things. And this is why you don't submerge them. If I'd submerged this in soapy water, this whole jar would be ruined with dish soap water. Okay. That one did not seal. I wonder what I did wrong. It was a false seal. Maybe I didn't get the rim cleaned enough with the vinegar. I don't know. But there you have it. So, Aunt Mary Lou's Hot Hungarian Hots, as she called them. Until next time.